Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's Dr. Hyena. Welcome back to another video. So, today I wanted to cover a couple of things and one really big announcement in this video, so stay tuned for that. Alright, so first, let's get the smaller stuff out of the way. The Cape Lioness has been added to Eternal Enemies, so the overall price did go up just a bit. It went from 20k to 30k, although as you guys who play the game know, coins are super easy to get. You can get them by being in a group that owns territory, and you get 5 coins per minute that you own each territory. You can own up to like 50. There's 50 across the map, so you can get them real fast just by owning territories and making sure nobody else takes them. And you also get about 25 coins per hunt that you do, so really easy to grind coins. 10k honestly isn't that huge of a difference, all things considered. If you owned the Cape Lion before, then you also do have the female version, so you don't have to like regrind 30k or grind an extra 10k. It's not like that. So yeah, just like the male Cape Lion, it's kind of bulkier, slower, but more powerful than the normal Lioness. And yeah, it's quite a bit of fun to play as. I got on it with a couple of friends last night. We all thought it was really fun. A lot of you guys out there seem to find it fun as well, which makes me super happy as a dev. So really appreciate the support with that, guys. And something else that makes me happy as a dev, of course, is starting on a new project. Now, obviously, I've got Wrath of Nature planned, I've got Into the Jungle planned, but I would say my biggest plan of all, well, I guess Into the Jungle is still pretty big, but even bigger than that is a multiplayer zoo builder game on Roblox. Now, I'm not exactly sure when this is going to come out. It's definitely a project that I could work on for a few years from now. In fact, that's probably what I'm gonna do. Like, I guess that project would really be my primary focus because as I make animal models, animations, textures, etc., for that game, I can kind of just add them to my other games too, because I'll tell you what, that game has a lot of animals planned. Like, tons of different species, and then, of course, the sexual dimorphism and the growth stages for each one. So, yeah, definitely a lot planned for the zoo game, and I can use pretty much all of it towards my other projects. So, things like Wrath of Nature, Into the Jungle, uh, even if I want to add more NPCs to like Eternal Enemies, for example, right? I could use the stuff that I make in the zoo game for all of that, just because of like the amount of animals that we have planned and how much I'm gonna be covering with that. So yeah, I've already got. There was, I'll be honest, it was kind of like a free building system, but I did make a lot of changes to it. Like, for one thing, you can like build as a group now, so kind of like in Mosaic Survival and Eternal Enemies, you start like a little party. You can invite your friends, and then you can start building and placing animals and all that fun stuff. Um, so the person who starts the party is the director of the zoo, right? So you can hire other players to be zookeepers, builders, curators, and if you want, you can even hire them as like co-directors, so you can like promote them throughout those like different positions as time goes on, or just as you want to. Really, like you can literally just click the button and do it. Um, so yeah, different kind of roles that you can play in the zoo. Zookeeper would very directly like interact with the animals. It's kind of like a mix of zookeeper and veterinarian, if I'm being honest, because I felt like it would be a little repetitive to make a vet class when there's already the zookeeper, and I just figure direct interactions with animals. Let's just make that one role, right? So there's that. Builder, pretty self-explanatory. Mostly like works on building the habitats. Anyone can do like some degree of building, but the builder obviously has like the most options, and the director can kind of do everything. Curators are an interesting one because they're sort of responsible for like what's on the market and perhaps with like trading animals between like other zoos, so like you can trade between like different parties that are on your server or whatever. So yeah, so that's always, pretty cool. I'm still not exactly sure how I'm gonna do that part, like how I'll script the market system, but I'm sure I'll figure it out soon enough. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'll be working on for most of the new year. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Hope you're all excited, and I will see you in the next video. So till then, take care, peace out, and goodbye. Goodbye, everybody.